I'm very excited to be sharing a review of Nightmare's Fear Factory. The first time I've been to this attraction, it's kind of a big deal. Yeah, it's known as the most frightening scare attraction in Niagara Falls, and for some reason I'm only getting around to doing it today, which is a big deal to me because I like scare attractions. Now, it is the pandemic, so the experience is probably going to be somewhat different than what it originally was. For some information for you guys really quickly, this attraction is not located actually on Clifton Hill. It's located just off of the main drag, which is right over here. This is known as one of the scariest attractions in Niagara Falls, if not the scariest. Notorious. Check out the website. They really take that claimed confidently, so I'm looking forward to this. But yes, post-COVID it's going to be a different situation, or at least during COVID. In fact, this is the first time I'm doing an attraction during COVID, so it's going to be kind of unusual for me to experience, so anticipate a review of that definitely coming out. So here we go, the Nightmares Scare Maze Fear Factory. Looking forward to this one. Inside the attraction. I can't actually shoot inside the main attraction itself, unfortunately. We're in the gift shop area here. As you can see, they keep you in this little waiting area, which we have the perspex screens or the plexiglass are up for protection if this line gets a little bit too large. Right now there is not that big of a line. You can see the people are waiting just over there to get in. But yeah, so the exit comes through this area. It's kind of well set up. I honestly thought it was just a warehouse that was blacked out. So we'll see what the attraction's like. I can shoot a little bit leading to the door before we get in, but I'm obviously going to have to share my opinions on the attraction when we get out. So looking forward to that. I'm going to be doing it on my own. On my own as per usual. So here we go. Nightmares Fear Factory. Stop here. This is kind of a cool attraction. I like the way it's set up. I'm looking forward to it. There's some guys over there trying to get in now because I'm going alone. So that's how it ends, I guess. Let's see for me. So I'm gonna go in now. Let's see what's up. Okay, so this is the last camera point. I'm gonna go in. The door is right here. So yeah, here we go with the Nightmares experience. The people just ahead of me did not get through. Alright, so I just came out of Nightmares. Very interesting experience, and I don't have too much time battery-wise, but we're always going to sum things up quickly on YouTube, so here we go. Definitely not the best decor for scare mazes. You really kind of have a haunt feel to what this maze is about. It's been here for quite a while, but it's kind of unusual that as far as the the people that got out ahead of me that didn't actually finish the maze are not exactly quiet. So yeah, it doesn't really have like the, let's say, money has not been spent on the decor on this attraction. More attention has been paid to the scares, and there's a couple of very unique ones in here. I don't want to really give anything away, but the way that they set it up is that they trap you into rooms, and then they do a sort of a particular type of show scare, and then you move on to another room. Usually that is through a different door than how you entered originally. I do like that a lot. It was actually very unique in that sense. There was one particular scare that happens towards the end. If you do this attraction, you want to know what it is without me actually spoiling it for anyone. It is right before the stairs that you come down. Very cool, definitely. It's something that you see in other scare mazes, but there's a different element to it. Another interesting thing to note here was the fact that this is a very dark attraction. It's a complete blackout. It's 2 floors. You follow red lights to go through. Also, crucial detail, it's $16.95 with tax to get in, so it's the most expensive scare maze in this area to do. That's with House of Frankenstein opening up a roller coaster on top of the scare maze that they already offer, which after doing this one, I'm still kind of on the fence, and I think I'm leaning towards House of Frankenstein as being the best one. This one's really good, a lot of good jump scares. I personally didn't really get jump scared too much because I've done these a lot now on my own, so it's getting to the point where they get routine after the first kind of scare. But creative scares, which I definitely liked, so that definitely establishes this scare maze among the rest in this area. It's really kind of unique that way. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it if you're in the area. It is one of the better scare mazes in Niagara Falls. Its reputation is for good reason, I would say. I'd probably attest that I've done Frankenstein a couple of times, and I do like the scares in it. They're automated, whereas this one, they're organic, because most of the stuff is done by somebody physically while you're present in the maze. So that kind of adds a different element that I do like about this particular maze over the ones where it's just kind of like a push button or a sensor that basically triggers the effect as you're coming through. But yeah, this is definitely a can't miss attraction. If you're into scare mazes, period, and you're in Niagara Falls, well, you're gonna have to do Nightmares, because its reputation speaks for itself, and it's a good reputation that really is upstanding. I'd say that maybe it's a bit on the pricier side at that $17. I should also mention, I took some interest in this attraction with the COVID situation. I pointed out the plexiglass inside, but this is a hands-on attraction. There's one point where the scare actor does kind of get into your face, which it was less than 2 meters, let's just say, but I don't really fault that. I think that they, as per usual, when I go through these attractions on my own, they kind of amped up the scares to kind of get me. So kudos to that. I always love that. But yeah, I would recommend sanitizing your hands coming out, because yeah, you're touching the walls all the way through, and as I said to the guys in the photo booth on the way out, a lot of pictures of me touching walls. That's basically what they got. So interesting situation with COVID though, because I honestly didn't think that these mazes would be open at all. But here you go. This is probably the most hands-on one that you got here in Niagara. It's business as usual.